All right, welcome to Statistics. That noise you hear is everyone applauding the beginning of an amazing course. Just kidding. No, actually, statistics is very important. It really is. It's very central to a lot of stuff that we take for granted in life, right? A lot of the research that informs a lot of the products that we use, a lot of the statistics that we talk about in conversation, all of that comes back to some form of study. If you look at all of the medical field breakthroughs, all of product development, I mean, these are major areas. Medical, retail, I mean, almost all products have some component in the development of that product that was research-based, right? Where, they went out and did some form of a study to find out what people are interested in, or did some kind of research to see how to make the product more effective. So research really is at the core of quite a bit of effective business practices. And then also for our ministry students, I think in many ways, this is one area that is kind of lacking in many churches. You would be hard-pressed to find a business that doesn't have a research division of some kind, right? Even if it's just their marketing division where they're doing marketing research, or maybe their product development where they're keeping statistics and numbers on their products. That many churches, now some larger churches do a good job of this, but many churches and smaller businesses, this is definitely something that tends to separate the larger, more successful companies from the smaller and less successful companies. And it's definitely something that you don't see as much in smaller churches and smaller ministry groups, is the statistical side of analysis, and understanding and doing actual research to inform your decision process, right? So larger companies will have entire divisions that are devoted to researching questions that the administrators and executives have, right? So the executives may say, hey, we're thinking about doing such and such, okay? And so they will take that question and they will hand it off to their research department and say, do some research on this. Let us know, does this fit with what people are wanting? Does it seem doable? What about the cost, benefit analysis? What is the cost versus the benefit it's going to return? And they will hand that off to a research department who will get real data and have an informed decision. And then they take that data and then give that back to the executives. And then the executives can make an informed decision based on real-world data and research, right? So in just about every area, an example that we'll use probably in some of our lectures is the polling data, right, for elections, right? So that's something that we're all familiar with. And if you've watched any of the elections on TV or something, you'll notice this phenomenon where you have an entire state, like the state of Florida, with 17, 18 million people in it, and they will have, say, 100,000 votes in, and then they'll be able to predict who wins the state, and there's only 100,000 votes have come in, and it'll say 3% of the votes are in. We're calling Texas for the Republicans, or whatever the scenario is, and so there are reasons for that, though, and so we'll talk about that. But what I want just to highlight here is that thing that we take for granted, to be able to turn on the TV and know who's going to win a particular state as soon as possible, we're just watching that as entertainment, and we're watching it, we enjoy it. But on the other side of it, there is some serious statistical analysis going on that enables us to enjoy that very simple statement from the broadcaster, the Republicans got Texas, right? And so I guess what I want us to see is that there are some things in life that we just take for granted because we're on the consuming end, that if we could see the producing end of it, we would see that statistics and research are an integral part of that, right? And so while maybe everyone won't follow a path that requires them to use statistics, there's a lot of people who will, right? Or there's perhaps maybe a lot of people who should, because you can choose to follow a path with your business and not use statistics and data to inform your decisions, right? But normally that is a path that leads to mediocre decision making, right? And so, we want you to at least be informed of the basics of statistical research so that you can make some informed decisions about your business, about your ministry, different things like that, because numbers are an important part of a lot of organizations. So even if the purpose of your organization has nothing to do with statistics, statistics may still help your organization to do its purpose, right? So going back to the example of the polling data, people are not watching who wins Texas because they care about statistics. The purpose of them watching is they care about their lives and the policies and the things that are going to shape this country and politics. So they're watching for that. But having statistics enables the broadcasters to give the people what they want. And so even though the people are not watching because they care about statistics, statistics are important for helping to produce what the people are actually interested in, right? So even if your product and business has nothing to do with statistics, so politics is not statistics per se, but statistics have an important role in all kinds of areas of politics, and even just in the show that we watch when we're trying to find out who won, right? We don't care about statistics. We want to know who won the election, right? And so if somebody was to come in and say, well, our job is not statistics, our job is to tell people who won the election, the truth is they couldn't do it without the statistics, right? And so there's many areas of your business or your calling, your ministry, things like that may not have anything to do with statistics, but if you don't use statistics, you probably can't do them as effectively as you would like, right? So that's why we want to give you the basics. I just want to go through your syllabus real quick here. You've got your introductory book to some statistic things, so read through that. It will cover a broader range of things than what I'm going to cover in the class. The focus for me on the class is a more practical angle here. I want you to see, I want to do my best to try and make it clear how you can use these basic concepts in more real-life applications so you can understand how it incorporates into your business, into your ministry, whatever it is that you're going to be doing. I want you to see how this can be an integral and helpful part, right? I think that's half the battle of a statistics course is showing you how it fits in everyday life, right? Not just showing you how to do it, right? Because you could figure that out through other research and things like that. So I'm going to lay the foundation of how to do it, but I also want to make sure that I make a focus on understanding the why you would do it, right? And how it fits into your life, so that as you're developing your own need for it within your business or ministry, you have the basic principles in place. You at least know now, hey, I should be using this in my business or ministry. And then the specifics of how to set up your research and your data, you can go back into your textbook and kind of research that in itself. So we want to cover the big picture idea of how does this fit into what you're going to be doing in the future, right? Okay. So read your textbook. You've got your 2 discussion boards that are due by the Saturday night at midnight of the week that they're due. So the first one is due by Saturday midnight in week 2. The second one is due by Saturday at midnight in week 4. Your reading quiz, which I will make fairly straightforward because there's a lot of detail in a textbook like that, statistics textbook. So I'm not going to really pinpoint a lot of details because that'd be very difficult for you to find. I'm going to try and stick with some bigger idea concepts so the reading quiz will be a little easier for you. And then that last week you'll have your final review comes up, and then from the last day of the class, the finals will be turned on. You'll have 7 days to get that done. This is a summer course, so it's 5 weeks. And then we'll just talk about your assignment for this class. It's a statistics application, right? So basically what I'm wanting you to do is to develop 3 different applications of statistics into your field of calling or your dream business, right? And so the idea is, if I'm a minister and I'm running a church, maybe I want to have some research on why people in the community don't attend church, right? That's an application. That's something I know that both Rick Warren and Bill Hybels have done when they were young ministers just starting out. They actually went door to door with surveys and asked people, say, hey, you know, do you go to church or not? And if they said no, they would ask them why. And so they actually did some field research to figure out the people who aren't coming, why aren't they coming, right? And then they tried to tailor at least one service during the week that might reach them based on the data that they did, right? So they're not trying to change the church per se, but they are trying to figure out a way to reach people that are unreached. And their starting point was, let's ask them. Let's do some research on why don't you come. And as far as you can tell in your mind, what is your reason for not wanting to come to church? And then they looked at that and said, is there anything we can learn from this that can help us to reach them more effectively? And it's not a surprise then that those 2 men have 2 of the larger churches in America, because they did the research and they went after people who didn't know Jesus. And they said, okay, these people don't know the Lord. Why? And once we figure out what they're all saying, maybe there's some patterns in here that we can exploit to connect with them better, right? So that's what I mean by application. If it's business, maybe you might have, business is a little easier, to figure out how to do it. In fact, they're both fairly easy to find applications, but I want you to think through it, to find some applications. If it's business, maybe you want to understand what your customers are looking for in a product, or maybe you want to research how they use your product. Remember the example from Swiffer where they set up a room, asked some ladies to clean the room, and they just observed from a side room how these ladies cleaned. And then, they saw different things where they would take a chair and put it, and they'd stand on the chair to clean the tops of the bookcases, right? And so then they realized that they need an extension handle, right? Because they're having to stand on chairs to get things that are higher. And so they created a Swiffer with an extension handle. And all that came from watching people actually clean. So that's a research and design, and statistics kind of fit into that. You kind of, if it was just one person that did it, maybe you don't do that. But if everybody's doing it, then you begin to realize, hey, that's a problem that we have, right? Or maybe it's research in terms of customer satisfaction. You do some kind of survey or some kind of poll to find out, are your customers happy with the product once they got it? And if not, why? Right? That kind of research can help you go back in and fix your product. All right, so whatever it is, you all have different ministries, different callings, different things that you're pouring your life into. So you're going to have to take the basic parameters of this assignment and then go in and find a way to make that fit for what you're doing, right? And so, but basically what I want 3, right? And what I want you to do for each of them is to explain, first of all, why you're doing it. How is this going to be useful? What is the purpose of your study and your research that you're going to be doing, right? And then you also need to explain how you're going to collect this data, right? So if it's, that the first example where they're going door to door, then you're going to explain, well, we're going to put together a survey, and it's going to have this question. If you wanted, you could even put a sample survey as an appendix to your paper here. If you say, hey, we're going to put together a survey, then for your own benefit, maybe you go ahead and type up the survey and just put it as an appendix to your paper or something like that. But basically what I want is for you to tell me why you're putting together this research. What is this research designed to do, to show? What question is it going to answer? That kind of thing. And then the second part for each of these three is the design of it, right? How is it structured? How are you going to collect this data? What is your instrument? Is it a survey? Is it observation? Is it polling data? Is it research in a lab? How are you going to gain this information, right? And then, what types of questions? So you can expand that a little bit, because this has got to be 4 pages. So that's going to be a little more than 1 page explanation for each of these 3, right? And so you're going to need to, explain to me what types of questions you plan on asking. Even if you don't do the full survey and attach that as an appendix, you should give me some sample questions or some sample research things. Basically, I want to be able to read this and understand for each of these 3 applications what you're using it for and how you're going to go about structuring your data collection process so that you can get the right data in to be able to use it, right? Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. The idea behind this class is going to be very practical, right? I want this to be something that you can use, not something that you endure and you turn around and say, well, you're never going to use that again, right? You need to see how this fits into everyday life. And so that's going to be kind of our main focus for this class, okay?